Listen, stop inviting me to these vision board parties in the beginning of the year. I mean, I do love a good visualization of my hopes and dreams for the upcoming year, but let's normalize setting sex goals as well. It doesn't matter if you're single, in a relationship, married, or confused, straight, gay, bi, or asexual. Taking ownership of your sexual experiences can be liberating or a little scary. Either way, let's discuss what we want and need sexually, what we want to explore and indulge in, because we live in 25.
Toxic. Love, love. Sip of whiskey. Love, love. Indeed. Let's talk about it. We ain't sipping no tea, sipping no whiskey. We don't make love, but we fuck when we get tipsy. Yeah. We ain't got no shame in our game. Ain't there nothing wrong, 'cause this for the grown.
All right, guys, we are in the studio tonight, and I have a special guest with me as always. Miss LaToya is in the house. What's going on, man?
Hello.
Oh!
I feel like I should talk like this.
Hey, do you?
Beyond, what's going on? I'm here and I feel good.
Yes, ma'am. LaToya is here with me. Now, if y'all don't know who LaToya Tennille is, y'all make sure to Google that. That's her line, baby. Google me. Okay. Well, tell my audience a little bit about yourself.
I'm LaToya Tennille. I'm a stand-up comic and just all around entrepreneur. I'm a humanitarian. I'm a mom. Ooh, I'm everything but in a relationship. So, if you are on Tinder, black people meet, Christian Mingle.
Okay. Hit you up. Because we live in 25. Well, thank you for coming into the studio with me. Yes, ma'am. I've been waiting on you to come in the studio with me.
Like, okay, I'm on the floor, let's go.
Dead. Y'all gonna see me doing this the whole episode because she is a comedian. Her ass is funny. Okay. But yeah, so y'all know I let y'all know what I'm drinking on, and tonight's gonna be nothing different. Per usual, I'm drinking Uncle Nearest. Got my merch on. And it's the Master Blend. Let me get this. Master Blend. Yes, I have talked about it before, but y'all gonna get this bottle again. Okay. Uncle Nearest Master Blend. It is 122.5% proof. So, as Eric would say, it's gonna get you where you need to be going. It's really good. It don't need no more proof. Most of your liquor is around 60, 70 proof. Child, I need all the proof. It's gonna get you there. But it's really good. It's smooth. It's what we were talking about it earlier. It's smooth. It's not gonna burn your throat as you drink it. It's one of the top shelf whiskeys, and as always, Uncle Nearest is bottled here in Tennessee in Shelbyville, right outside of Murfreesboro, which is right outside of Nashville. We just got back actually from the distillery, the Uncle Nearest Green Distillery. They have a new society. It's called 56 Society that I'm a part of.
What does that mean?
Bullshit. It's just like a little secret society for the whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they give you bottles, and like we had an event where we got to meet Victoria Edie Butler, who is the master blender, who blends alcohol, and she's also the great granddaughter of Nearest Green, who the liquor is named after.
Cool.
Yep, it was a really dope experience, but that's neither here nor there. I've talked to y'all before about the master blend, and what that is Victoria, she gets a bunch of bottles or a bunch of barrels that's already mixed of the liquor, and she mixes them to her taste, however she feels like she like it that day. And then they make a whole batch
Based on what she likes.
based on what she like at that moment. And so that's batch number 20.
She must have good taste. Y'all don't stop drinking.
Hey, baby. And they got all the awards. So it's in her blood. It's in her blood. But again, if y'all want to learn more about Nearest Green, because his story is really, really dope. He's the first African American master distiller. He was the one who created the process for Jack Daniels. Him and Jack Daniels was homeboys. And the Green family and the Daniels family are still tight to this day.
That's cool.
Ain't that crazy? Yeah, I heard it from her mouth. So it's not like I read it, but I heard it directly from her. So it's really cool. It's a really dope story. So y'all go to unclenearest.com and check that out. But you ready to get into it?
Yes. Yes, I took my glasses off. I feel like it was a glare.
Oh, good.
I was like, I don't want the glare coming off my glasses.
I'm good, though, baby. As long as you can see yourself, honey. All right. Well, let's get into it. All right. So, again, we're talking sex goals for 2025. Yes, I know we damn near halfway through the year, but it's never too late. It's never too late to set you some new goals. When we create vision boards, right, for the new year, you collect images, words, phrases, poems, scriptures, all that jazz, and plaster them onto a poster board, like with cute stickers and colors and designs. And people have parties for this shit, right? So in my experience, the vision is always of like love and romance and getting money and going on vacations and maybe starting a passion project or two. Very seldom, if ever, do I remember seeing sex goals on a vision board. Have you seen sex goals on a vision board?
No. I don't think that's something that people normally discuss publicly, though.
Right.
Yeah, it's not something we put out there or we tell people. This is like, you know, and to honestly, to say you got a goal, make you sound kind of like you kind of get like you're going. Like
Well, I'm going.
She said she going.
I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm going.
It sounds like such a good, especially for a woman, to say, I got a goal to do this.
Right.
I don't know. Do I have things that I
We gonna get into it because I know you got some goals. We may call them different things. We gonna call them fantasies. We gonna call them ideas. We gonna keep them in our brain and be like, "Oh, I would like to do that." But why we can't put it on our vision board? I want sex goals on our vision board, right? Because you don't have to do it at the vision board party. You can do it for yourself, right? So let's get into the habit of
pictures from though. What do you Google the pictures from?
Hey, or you could do it in your phone and have a digital board.
Because of how my life is set up and how often I don't have sex, I would be depressed to get a sex. Like
No, you wouldn't. I'm telling you.
It's like to me the issue is not to have the goal, but to actually attain it.
Oh, 100%.
But it's the work to attain it, especially as a single woman. It's not easy to be like, okay, I want to do this, and this, and then it actually.
But see, that's the thing. You got to go out and make it happen.
There's a lot of work, though. It's a lot of work. Because I ain't saying like I ain't tried to make some things happen, but it's just it don't always work out the way I want it to happen.
But that's life in general.
No, but it's just it's a different type of like where you go. Like, come on, like it ain't like where you go, like where is it? And I think people think that you're a woman. Oh, you just go get it. No, it ain't. It's not just walking down. It ain't just. It's harder. I feel like that. It's harder than what. For me, I'll say that.
Okay.
It's harder for me. To get it. I don't get it enough.
I don't know that I buy that it's harder. I don't believe that it's harder for you to get it. I think women are more discerning about who we get it from, and that's the difference. Because it's not hard. Dudes, it ain't a fight to nobody, but dudes are just do anything, to be perfectly honest, because they just be wanting sex. In general, I know y'all gonna come for me as y'all do, but it really don't matter. But men in general will have sex more freely and with like indiscriminately than women will. We're more particular about who we give our goodies with, and sometimes we ain't. Sometimes we just go through our whole phase, and it just is what it is. We want to get our socks knocked off just like anybody else. But yeah, so let's normalize that and get into the habit of making our sexuality a priority. Because I do find with women, we don't do that. We don't make our sex lives a priority and our sexuality a priority because it's taboo, you know?
Taboo. It's very taboo. And I think for me, it's also knowing that now I'm 45 years old, and what I like at 40 or 35 or 30 has changed.
Baby, as it should.
It's changed. So it's what you like or dislike or want or don't want has evolved. So it's like, wait, what am I doing? How do we get here? And now that we're here, how do we navigate this new space of what I like or what I don't like and stuff like that?
Which is why you should write it out and make it plain. They say that in the Bible. I ain't say it. They tell you that every Sunday. Y'all don't even be listening.
Cause I know me, like I said, people, and they think they just like, I say, yeah, I know I average maybe 3 times a year. 4 if I'm doing. It's like, that's it.
3 times of what, baby?
Yeah.
Of having intercourse with the human being.
Yes. Now myself, I tell her, but myself, baby, I say, but
as you should.
With an actual person, it happens. I average about 3, if I'm lucky, 4 times a year. That's it. And I'm not proud of it.
For people or 4 times and like instances.
It just depends. It just depends.
Are you averaging over your whole sexual life, or you talking about the last?
Literally, like the last couple of years,
okay.
I average about 3 to 4 times a year.
Okay.
And it's not something that it's not the intention.
Right.
First of all, consistency is really hard to find. Consistency in what you want, what you require. Then I'm really, really busy. I'm really, really, really busy. And so with me being busy, I feel like you should be available when I'm available. And when you're not available, when I'm not available. You ain't got too many times to be too busy for me. You know what? It's it. Go do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Yeah, it's a wrap. I'm not gonna. So I would rather not do it than not be able to have it when I want to have it.
Gotcha.
That's my problem.
Okay, so you stingy with your sexual experience.
Just said like again. So I'm 45. I have 2 young adults in my home.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't bring nobody home.
Of course.
Nobody. My children don't know this.
Right. Right. You are wholesome. You can still be wholesome and get your socks.
I don't bring the
socks, right?
I have a 19-year-old daughter. I don't know man in the house. My 19-year-old daughter.
Right. Right.
Can't say shit.
Yeah, I cuss all the time.
Say this shit. There's a lack of grown ass men in their own spaces. You'd be surprised how many men do not have their own spaces. And so there's an expectation to come to your house all the goddamn time. All the time. You can't come to my house. I can come to yours. But my house is not an option. Well, they ain't got that.
Right.
So it's like, you ain't got NAM. You can't come to my house. So I gotta be using my rolls again tonight.
Oh, yeah, or getting like hotel rooms, and that can get old and expensive. Yeah. I got you. Okay. So back to these sex goals. So according to personal conversations with friends and my good homie Google, I'm not too far off with my idea of taking back ownership of your sexual experiences. And that's really what this is about. It's taking ownership of how you view sex, how you need sex, how you want sex, and not being afraid to speak on it, right? And setting sex goals. Now, the setting sex goals is me. That's my part. But it works, all right? So follow me. So sexual transparency is a hot topic right now, right? And what do I mean by sexual transparency? Well, having open and honest communication, not only with your partner or potential partner, but with your damn self, about your desires, your needs, your fantasies, your preferences, and your boundaries, right? A lot of people find this hard to do because we are governed and groomed by society to not vocalize our sexual desires, to basically just accept what we get and move on. Nah, because we live in 25. That just don't work no more, right? So, opening up and discovering new things can be fun and scary at the same damn time. You was just talking about that. Yeah. Right? But first we got to know what we like ourselves. And so you touched on it a little bit, and I don't know. Okay, so let's just be real. People are real scary about talking about sex. It's 2025. We all know everybody fuck. How you get here? Somebody fucked.
I think it's the judgment. Nobody wants to be judged.
Is that what it is?
Nobody wants to be judged. Nobody wants to be looked at like that person.
I'm not saying that you have to, get on a podcast and talk about your sexual experience. Or you can. But I think that it should be open discussions with your partner, or like I said, with yourself, because a lot of times we have from ourselves. Like we get so embarrassed, or we feel like we shouldn't feel a certain type of way or like a certain type of thing when we do. Like if I'm turned on by something, why I can't be turned on by that? You know what I mean? Somebody else in the world gonna be turned on by it.
Sometimes, to like after I come, it's like, well, that's gone. It's past. See you in 3 months.
But we got to bring it back. And like I said, we can't expect others to fulfill our sex goals until we know what we like our damn self, right? Sometimes our self-pleasure as self-care. You hear all the time about people having self-care Sundays. Can we change that? Self-pleasure Sundays. Why can't pleasure be self-care? Right? I mean, whatever day you want to put on there, but it's a coin thing where they be like self-care Sunday or self-care Wednesday or whatever they deem, right?
But I'm a better human being when I've been
always
being pent up is not a nice person. Once I've released, okay, I can halfway deal with people. They want to get you on the phone.
Facts.
We were number 1 for the year.
Listen, I don't know. Is it number 1 for the year? Anyway, I know y'all may think I'm tripping and some deem it embarrassing to speak about pleasing your damn self sexually. But think about it like this. How do you know what to tell or ask your mate to do if you don't know and understand what makes you feel good? Okay. I'm not able to debate or go into deep conversation on religious beliefs, so miss me with that shit. But I'm saying that you need to know your own damn body. Like, take a self-guided tour, if you will. Right? Because a lot of women I have noticed, men normally do. They do that when they come out the womb, start grabbing their stuff. But women don't really take the time to learn themselves, what they like, what they don't like. Baby.
So much it's
But that's why you know what you like and know what you don't like. And a lot of people don't orgasm and they wonder why. And it's because you don't know how to orgasm. And they want to blame it on the men, or they want to blame it on whoever they're having sex with when it's really your fault. Yeah. But yeah, not traditional ones anyway. And that mostly what associates with self-pleasure on the women's side. I don't do toys. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's just me. I'm not saying I don't have toys.
No.
I do.
Different as well.
I do.
Person. See, I don't. What I still do, I don't know. You have a person. See, I don't have a you have a live-in person.
Correct.
You know, live-in person. So that makes so you got a toy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even before that, like, I explored with it, and I just decided I like my penis attached to a human being. You know what I'm saying?
About a massager.
Okay.
That thing is, first of all, when it came in the mail, that thing was big as a baseball bat. I said, what is this? Why is this thing so? It's ain't nothing. It ain't. It's just. I was like, I guess I'll stick this in my pillow case because I was like, this thing was huge.
Uh,
I mean, it gets the job done.
right.
But like I've had roses, I've had the little things,
Right. Right. Yeah.
the dildos.
Right. And I'm speaking more for myself, like of like dildos and stuff. I have never been the person to use those, even when I didn't have live-in, or you know what I'm saying. That I wasn't. It wasn't my thing. Now, clitoral stimulation, okay, sure, but like, it just was never my jam.
So I can go and get it over and go to sleep, or get over what I used to I would do it on my lunch break.
Hey, whatever you got to do.
Also, I'm talented to the point to where I can do it without touching myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I can come without touching myself.
Absolutely. I talk about that in one of the episodes when I talk about tantric sex. But you've gotten yourself there. Now that's a different thing. Because tantric is about being able to meditate and being able to get yourself in a zone, in an erotic zone where you can do that, where you can talk to your partner and make them do it, and they can talk to you and make you do it, like without any type of physical touch, if it's not necessary. But yeah, that's a whole nother day. We'll have to figure out how you got yourself there, baby. But pleasing yourself is a journey of infinite possibilities. This is really the only way for you to not only discover what you like, but also what you don't like. Yep. And beyond the obvious, learn to explore your body and figure out your erogenous zones. Where on your body are you the most sensitive to touch? And that's one thing I have learned. People don't know their spots. People will say, like, if you ask somebody, like, what's your spot? Outside of, like, normal sexual spots. But what's your... Well, it ain't gonna prove my point with you because you explore your body all the time. And that's my point, though. Because if you normally ask in general, and the fact that you said you got more than one, I already know that about you. Because normally people will give you cliche answers and be like, oh, my neck. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll be like, oh, my breast. And then I'm like, you a lie, because if you got big boobs, like, you don't really feel nothing on your chest anyway. But, anywho, I use that as an example because people don't know their spots. They don't know where they're most sensitive. I'm most sensitive in very weird places. And it's going to sound weird as shit to people, but yes, baby. My elbow, the inside of my elbow, the back of my knee, child, my nose.
It's dangerous though.
Chad.
Those are spots that those are just
Chad.
they don't take much.
Listen, I'm weird, but I'm most sensitive to touch and most sensitive in weird places. But I wouldn't know that if I didn't explore. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't know that about yourself.
Like I don't know how you discover you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I not like
Not like that. Those weird places come from like in the middle of like foreplay or like sex or whatever, and when you arouse, like certain areas are very, very sensitive. Just like some people like their feet and toes sucked and stuff.
Put my whole foot in his
baby,
and it was okay, but I really wanted my feet back. Like I'm like, damn, they put my whole foot. I'm glad I don't have no big feet exactly with that thing put my whole. Oh, can you not please have my feet back? I just feel like I was in the middle of a shower. Or just in the tub before I sat down. Can I please have my feet back?
Yeah, I'm not a foot girl. I talked about that too. I don't like feet, so foot is not one of my things. But I'm just saying, we need to explore and know what turns you on. You know what I'm saying? And it could be something really simple. And something really weird, like in my case, like something really weird. It's just like that's weird. Now, if Eric touched my elbow, it's over. If somebody else touched my elbow, it ain't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Facts. Yeah. So anyway, self pleasure goes well beyond toys and just like regular dildos, ladies. Like there's a lot out there, and you touched on some of it. I'm talking about like bullets, beads, whips, ties, clamps, etc., or even just lotions, wax. Anything that heightens the sexual arousal can be considered a sex toy for you, right? And I learned that because, like I said, I don't necessarily care for like dildos, or anything like that. That's not my favorite. Not using it by myself. Now I have a couple that I will use in conjunction, you know, in a session.
Okay.
And a crank. A crank is one of my favorite. You know the cranky? Girl.
That's it. Don't sound like something that's been. Sound like some old fashion that they use before.
Don't it? It sounds like a torture device. It's kind of what it is. Yeah, it's really what you do. It's all about personalizing the experience, right? But I'm going to come back to the crank. Because what I tell you, you might enjoy it. But anyway. And fellas, I'm not leaving you out either. Of course, you know the normal way of getting yourself off. Like, obviously. But try exploring different techniques. Like you have edging, for example. Can be great for not only crazy pleasure, but extending your stamina. Because some of y'all need some extension to your stamina. And we know what edging is.
No, I don't.
Okay, so edging is basically getting yourself to the point of arousal and then backing yourself off and then repeating over and over because it prolongs your orgasm. And then once you get used to it, it increases men's stamina because when they get that feeling, they can naturally bring themselves back without stopping completely or like just, you know, prematurely ejaculating. So, yep. So, yes, men, you have erogenous zones as well. And you should also explore what touch makes you feel good.
You need to tell somebody in advance. If you having issues getting that thing up, you need to discuss to fix it. Do not let nobody get to the moment, and that's when they find out, yo, Peter Weedle, don't Peter Weedle. It just, because that can be traumatic for the person that's there with you, and they think it's something wrong with them, but they know for a fact ain't never like they have problems because you need to come find out it's you. If you had told us ahead of time, we could get you the proper help and medicine and stuff like that, because some of y'all got some stuff that even honey can't fix. Honey ain't fixing it. You need a doctor's prescription. You need something stronger and better to help you achieve that. But if you have a patient partner, you have to tell that person. And I know it's embarrassing. I know it can be kind of, but hey, don't have me sitting there on my birthday. Because it's the whole point of my birthday, to get there, and then you can't do that.
I feel like you talking to somebody right now. I feel like that.
Don't do that. Be prepared. Listen, don't get me. Don't, especially if you talk about it up until the moment, and we get to the moment, and it's like expectation.
Right.
For me, or any woman to continue to please you orally. You don't, because I'm not, no. I don't. I get a fucking gummy orange, at least it tastes good. We're not going to do that. So, you know your stuff is not stuffing. Fix it, or don't do it at all. And do not have nobody walking in. Bring a homeboy with you. Do something. A strap on, something. You got to cuss. And that's it.
Oh, I felt that was very personal for LaToya, so she giving y'all some firsthand knowledge and experience.
Yes.
And tell somebody. Again, it goes with like sexual transparency. Because what's more embarrassing, though, to be transparent about it and prepare for it, or for it to not?
Because I was just like, get to me. I was like, I've never experienced this before. Never experienced this in my life.
I haven't, and thank God. And I mean, knock on wood, because I don't want to.
He's the most, and you look at him like, yeah, like it's. Oh, I'm gonna try to touch your elbow. There.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Public PSA. I'm gonna put that up. All right. So, sexual exploitation outside of dating. Now, some of y'all clutch y'all pearls on that one, right? No judgment. But yes, there's a such thing. As humans, we are sexual beings. We have primal desires and needs just as any living creature. We are just in the habit of suppressing those desires and confining them in the construct of a relationship. But indulge me for a minute, all right? If you are currently in a relationship, should you be deprived of sexual experiences?
If you're in a relationship,
If you're not.
you're not. No, you should not. I used to feel like you supposed to. You know, we have the whole, oh, I'm gonna wait for the right person. I'm not gonna do it until he comes along, and I'm a better person. So I think so. That's why I'm also so disappointed. I have it so few times a year, cause it ain't.
So like LaToya said, hell no, cause we live in 25.
Sure, just be safe.
Right.
Be safe.
Right. But
Don't withhold if you. And again, it's just this mindset we brought to talk that if you're not in a committed relationship, you know that we shouldn't be doing it. It shouldn't happen. You should be wait for the right guy. Wait for the right man.
right.
But like, ain't nothing like waiting for the right man, and then he can't get it.
But what's the right man thing? That's
I guess who you want to be with. I don't, and again, too, it depends on why you're dating. Like, and I say this, and I'm going to be 100% honest for a second. I talked about this on stage before. For me, I almost do two kinds of dating. Date just for that, and I date
as you should.
now. If they can become one, that would be great.
Right.
In the meantime, between the time, it's like, okay, I'm looking for this type.
Right.
But then I'm looking for this type person. But it don't always work out that way.
100%.
It doesn't always. So it's just like, okay, that's how I end up going without. It don't be on purpose.
Right.
But it's just like, okay, dating for a relationship, but then that ain't working out. I'm dating for this, but then that ain't working out.
Cause your thumb is up, baby. That's okay.
Wait a minute, this is.
It's all good. But yeah, you touched on what I was gonna say. Next was finding compatible sexual partners and not life partners should be a thing. Like, we grown. A lot of people will do the whole dating thing, and like you said, they're searching for a life partner. They're searching for someone they want to spend their life with or spend time with on, like, not just a sexual level, but like on for all types of reasons, right? And that's great and that's wonderful. But who says while you're searching for that person, why can't you have a sexually compatible mate that you just have sex with, because y'all are both grown and y'all both have sexual desires and you're sexually compatible? Because what happens is, in a lot of situations, you find Prince Charming and he's perfect in every way, and then you have sex and y'all not sexually compatible. And it don't necessarily have to do with one or the other. Like, something's wrong with either one of you. You just might not be compatible together.
My last relationship, it was very sexually compatible. And back then, I was having sex like 4-5 times a week.
Yeah.
That man would. The problem is he couldn't know. He had to be honest.
See,
It's the honesty part of the situation. Now, what I always tell them, they don't just be honest. Do not lie to me, because if you lie to me, I can't trust you.
right?
Just be honest about what it is that you really want. Because I'm with all the fuck shit. You just gotta tell me up front.
That's it.
What we're dealing with. Because if you don't, and you go to lie, and then you got this person over here thinking this, you got me over here thinking this, and it causes a and the thing about him is that I knew while dating him, there are little things I could just tell, while dating him. So when you're dealing with a certain type of person and you know they have a mindset for multiple people, you have to say to yourself, is it something I can deal with?
Correct.
I can't deal with it.
Correct.
You can't deal with it, nigga, don't.
Right.
Don't. If you can't, don't. But if it's, it's not no big deal to me, I can deal with that, then that's fine. You got to have that conversation.
Correct.
And that way you can come up with your own rules.
Right.
And boundaries on what that means.
Correct.
But don't be lying like you have a one-person mindset when that's not really what you want. And I think in his case, because of how he was, it would have been, I used to always tell him, you need to decide whether you're going to be in an open relationship or poly. One or the other, because you have a thing for multiple women. His problem would be is that he wanted one of those, but he was afraid that the women that he had didn't want it.
Right.
So he didn't want to lose them. Let them bitches go. Get a bitch.
Correct. True.
You don't.
Right.
She ain't with it. Go let her be with the monogamous man, and you go get with somebody who's with what you're with. And I know, again, because it's so taboo for people to accept that that's what I like, that's what I want. But it exists.
It does.
And it's something that I've been finding out for the past, 5 years, that those alternative relationships exist.
Oh, yeah.
We don't see it, something, especially black people. We don't be wanting to tell.
That's what it is.
That we're in an open relationship.
Correct.
Poly relationship.
Right.
Automatically, we are told that those relationships are wrong. But you have to do what works for you. You have to do whatever makes your stuff go.
About to do it now, huh? Because you touch on everything that I was gonna touch on. Because that's the truth. Beyond lying in a relationship, though, like how often are you in a relationship where like the sex is fine, but the relationship isn't good? You know what I mean? Y'all just not compatible. You don't want to be with that person for a long period of time, and now you like at a crossroads. It's like, do I stay with them because we are very sexually compatible and I don't want to go searching? But
because actually in his case, what it ended up being was like, I'm 45 years old. I'm not sneaking around.
Right.
I'm not finna sneak around with not gonna do it. So my thing is, if you're going to have this type of relationship with me, she needs to know. And that way she can have she can make a decision whether or not she wants to play this game. If she want to play the game, hey, let's sit down and make a schedule. And if she don't want to play the game, it's not. I don't think it's fair to deceive people to accomplish your own personal sex goal.
100%. And that's why I said it's about open communication, and it's also about having emotional intelligence,
right?
Which is what a lot of people don't have,
right?
Emotional intelligence meaning you are capable of having open communication with somebody and hearing and receiving what that person is saying, and then you're hearing, and then they're hearing and receiving what you are saying, and then you can come to a conclusion, whatever that conclusion may be on both sides, right? So instead of cheating, you can have an open communication with people and being saying, hey, this is where I am in my life right now. Right? It may change later.
Right.
But this is where I am right now. You can either participate or not participate. Right. But give that person that option, and don't do it after you've been in a relationship for a year. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it then. Do it at the beginning.
I believe that you can be in love with somebody and have sex with somebody else.
I'm sure that you can, 100%.
But some people think that, if he loved me, he wouldn't do that. I think that you could. I think that you could absolutely be in relationship with somebody and love somebody else, still go fuck with somebody and still love that, still be loving and committed to that person.
You can, and it's just all about your level of maturity, your level of sexual prowess. Like sometimes some people really are into sex. Does that make sense? Like they just really like sex, right? and it's something that they crave and that they need. And it's not necessarily that the person that they're with isn't fulfilling it. It's just that they need it from more than one person because it does something for them. But here's where the problem come in is what we've been talking about. You lie about it. Like, instead of give somebody an option. You know what I mean? Like, let me opt out.
Let me choose if this is what I want to do.
100%. Because you gonna end up cheating anyway.
Right. And I'm gonna say this based on personal experience. Make sure if you're going to agree to something like that, it's because it's what you want to do, not because you want to make somebody else happy. Don't do it because you want to try to make sure. If it makes sure something that you want to do, 100%. If you don't want to do it, do not.
100%.
Let them go do what they want to do. Don't be agreeing to something for the well, this is what he wants to do and I want to make him happy. So I'll add a person, and then he add a person, and then things that they don't go your way, and then you sitting there on the side of the bed rocking, crying with a glass of Uncle Nurse.
Hey, yeah, they get you there.
Because everybody can't handle watching their man give somebody at their work, giving somebody else their work. No. Everybody can't handle it. I'm gonna cheer them on. You know, hey, you better don't embarrass me. I'm gonna have some pom-poms and everything.
See, and it takes a special kind of person. But how they gonna know you like that if y'all don't have that type of conversation?
I normally have the conversation within like weeks.
As you should.
And because the thing, to me, the hardest part is always to figure out how to bring it up. Because a lot of times, if you tell a person, especially men, when you tell them, I'm okay with this, this is what I'm on, to me, it gets in the, that mean I just go cheat. No, right. That's not what that means, sir.
Right.
It's not that I ain't saying I care. It's not the thing, she don't care. I care, but I care within reason. Like, we're going to do this decent and in order. Decent and in order.
But like they say, it's ethical non-monogamy. Is what they call it. And basically, that's what I was going to talk about next, is alternative lifestyle exploration. So if you find yourself in that type of situation, like, let's have this conversation. And it also goes back to your sex goals. Okay, let's circle it back, right? Let's circle it all the way back. So if you think you may be interested in something, put that shit down, right?
Yeah.
Because when we set our goals for ourselves, like I said in the beginning of the year, whether it's with business, with money, with cars, we put cars on there we know we can't afford, right? We put careers on there that we know we're not even in the path to have. It's just a career that we would love to have because we think it's going to be glamorous or make us money or whatever the case may be. We put on there that we're going to lose 75 pounds knowing that our ass ain't getting up and going to the gym every day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you set all kinds of goals for yourself.
Right.
In the beginning of the year, or whenever you do it, you set all kinds of goals for yourself because it's really about inspiration, right? Inspiring you. So why we can't do this for like our sexual experiences? Like, let's inspire ourselves with these sexual goals. And part of setting a goal is doing research, right? And knowing, in order to know that I want this goal, okay, say for instance, if I was an executive at some type of corporation and I wanted to become vice president of marketing, right? I got to go to school. I got to do all this studying. I got to learn. I got to know what the new marketing techniques are. I have to try those techniques. You know what I'm saying? I got to try all that, right? So why I can't do that about sex? If I do some research on sex and specifically like alternative lifestyles and exploration, and I say, you know what, that sounds interesting. Maybe this year I want to have a, I don't know. Let's just say this year I want to have a threesome because that is a very well-known thing.
Yes, but you know how hard it is to organize those?
Yes, I do.
They're not easy to organize. It's not easy to organize.
So what you're saying is that you have to think about it. You have to plan it.
You
You have to do some
the right
research.
people. You gotta find a place.
Mm.
You gotta know what the boundaries is, what you is and ain't doing. It's a lot of work into going into, and because I me personally, I enjoy them.
Oh,
I do.
let's explore that, shall we?
It's a good time. It's a good time. But to schedule it's I have them. I mean, they fun. They are fun. But in order to a successful, it's a lot of scheduling. It's you got to schedule. You got to make sure everybody on the same accord. You got to be the one on one call. You got to make sure it's because I've had something go right, and I've had something go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They go wrong. It's like, you know what? This is not what I signed up for. Cause I'm
as with anything.
Yeah, this
as
is what
with anything.
Hey, I get in. All right, see y'all next time.
Right. And that's with anything. You try that shit. If it's not for you, don't do it again.
Right.
If it don't work out, okay, cool.
Because I know some people like with threesomes, I think they have to choose they got to find person one and person two. That's why if I'm doing one, I prefer to do a couple. Because they don't. Because
you are a unicorn is what they call that.
Because they already matched.
Correct. And you just enter.
And
then you can leave.
And I go home until next time.
And then they deal with the mess.
They get whatever.
Absolutely. But so I heard.
But to be the single person and wanting to have one, and I got to find a man, and I got to find a woman, that's a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of work. And then where you find them at? Because they not like it. You can't just go on Walmart.com and find them.
No, but there are sites.
But it's still
just like you go on online dating, you on Bumble, you on all of those. But it's not easy to find one single person.
And then I'm gonna tell you the other layer to this too.
Tell me, girl.
The other layer from me. Talking about LaToya Tennille, the fact that I am LaToya Tennille.
Well,
see, if I was just Toya, then it wouldn't be no big deal.
Gotcha.
But because I'm LaToya Tennille, it's a whole different spectrum of what that means. It means a person,
right?
What I'm doing, what I'm looking for, or what I want to have. Because you're not talking about somebody just if I was just a stand-up comic, it's crazy. But because you're talking about somebody who's a humanitarian, this with children, and this and this and that, it's like, she do that? No, and I don't want to block this because I like this. Does not mean I'm any less of a good person. It does 100%. It does not mean that I'm still not a humanitarian.
100%.
It still does not mean that I don't ride out for kids. It still don't mean like but it just, society still, if you like this, they label you a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? And also, I have this thing, I don't know why, again, because I'm LaToya Tennille. I don't like people to be able to say they did it with me. Because
I think a lot of people are like that. It's just a general. I don't want people to be able to say that.
This is not me being a cocky or braggadocious. I have a lot of niggas trying to fuck me, and it's insane to the point to where it's slick offensive.
I don't think it's offensive.
The number of individuals that are trying to fuck Toya. It's like, nigga, did you ask me, did I eat today? Like, at least offer me a sandwich or something. So it's like, there are so many that want to, and I'm not even exaggerating. And it's crazy. It's like all of a sudden, in a moment, I'll get like 4 or 5 text messages from former people. Like, you just all four. Did y'all have a meeting to say, let's see which one gonna hit? Like, calm down. I don't like people being able to say they fucked me. I don't know why. So this so it's like, and I'm so particular to ones like, I don't like people to be able to say I don't like people to be able to say I'm attainable.
I got it.
So it's like, if I want to do it, it's because I wanted to do it.
You don't want to be accessible to the mass.
No, I do not. I do not want you to be able to say that you hit me up and you wanted it and I let you have it. If I let you have it, it was because I wanted to, not because you wanted to do me.
Well, that's just in general anyway.
So it's just like, so if I decide to do it, it's not because you hit me up and you want like, I just not.
Right.
No, no, it ain't like that. But if I want to, then it's different because it was on my terms.
And see, that's what I'm saying. That goes to like episode 1 of this season when it was like free spirit or a hoe. And it's like, I'm just saying, because a lot of people, a lot of women in general feel the same way that you feel. It's not because they don't want to have sex and have sex with multiple people and often and whoever the fuck they feel like having sex with. It's because of that very thing. They don't want the word on the street to be, oh, they going, or they don't want the word on the street to be like, oh, I hit it because I called her. And honestly, like, women choose men. And that's one thing that I think men need to learn. Like, you didn't do nothing special. Like, we choose you. We know if we want to have sex with you instantly.
Yourself.
You do, by opening your mouth. Like, you can mess it up. Sometimes you just need to be quiet, just be hard, let me get off, and then go home. Like, we don't even need to have a conversation, right? But that's all about, like, owning your own sexual experiences. And this is what I'm talking about.
I have to be careful with threesomes. Every time I have a threesome, the guy always wants me by himself. And it's like, I have to be careful. I got to be careful. And the thing is, the last one, I told her that I was joking, but I was for real. And she's like, I ain't gonna go nowhere. I ain't worried about that. I was like, okay, I'm just telling you. They always end up wanting me by themselves. And then shit goes left. And shit went left.
Well,
and it went left to the point to where he denounced their whole relationship. And I'm having to. You ever have to mediate?
Yes.
Mediate two people that's supposed to be together. And he decide he don't like her no more because he like you. And hey, you can't like me because you have a 2-year-old. I don't do men. You not relationship. I'll fuck you. I can't be with you because your children's too young. But you in a session and he's my we're together and yes we are. No, we not. First of all, ma'am, you don't ever let a man tell you in front of another woman he ain't with you. Don't ever do that. Start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Be glad it was me and not some other bitch. But don't do that. Don't ever let a man tell you he don't want you in front of another woman.
Listen.
And you still let him have the key to your house.
Absolutely not.
And drive your car.
Absolutely not.
To come fuck said woman without you.
Absolutely not.
In her club on the DJ booth. Don't do that.
That was very specific.
So I heard.
Allegedly. I got you. But again, part of owning your sexual experience and having sexual transparency, like, I feel like if people, and I should have my game up here so I can plug it right now, but I feel like if people have honest and open communication with the person that they're with or the person that they're interested in, then a lot of this can be avoided.
Right.
A lot of it can be avoided. And it just goes back to giving people the option.
Right.
Like, give me the option to opt out or opt in.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I've said it before. This marriage got together. Like, okay, so he has this theory called a rotation.
Okay.
Right? And honestly, before this, I didn't know what, like, open communication was, like, in a relationship. I didn't know about being, like, owning my sexuality and my experience because of my situation.
How long Eric been together?
Almost 19 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long ass time. But before this, and I'm 41, so we've been together since I was 22. But the thing about it is, before that, I started real young, y'all. It is what it is. I was real young. I got married early. I got married at 19. I had my son at 20.
So
facts. But it's all about owning your this has been my thing for this whole podcast this season, is owning your sexual experiences, because I think that it is very important that we take back our own narrative. And here's the thing, women, especially women of color in the South, we have to have thick skin anyway, because we deal with bullshit on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. Just 24/7 we deal with bullshit. Walk out the house, you got to deal with bullshit. Like, right. It just is what it is, right? So we already have thick skin, but we still have this taboo-ness of talking about our own sexual experiences. And people, like I said, where's the line between free spirit and a hoe? Right? you talk to one person, it's considered being a free spirit, right? You talk to another person, it's you considered being a hoe. What we have to do is stop caring what other people think about us, regardless of our stature, our status in the society, who we are as a gender, what roles we have in our jobs or careers, or if we are public. Like, we got to stop caring.
Yeah.
That's the first thing,
Like,
right?
it's like, too, again, I know I know probably I can online, but I don't want my picture attached to no shit like that.
I get it. And
It's
see,
like,
that's the other thing about it. That's the other thing about it. So it's a difference, and I used to call myself like a selective hoe, right? Because listen, I had a whole phase, and I'll tell anybody that I think everybody should have a whole phase. I think every person on this earth should have a fucking whole phase, so you can get it out, explore, and then figure out if you want to settle down or figure out what it is that you want to do. Because how else you gonna figure it out, right? So I call myself a selective hoe, because just like you said, like, I wasn't lacking in dudes trying to have sex with me, but I wasn't choosing you either. Like, I wasn't just saying, oh, you want to have sex with me, so I'm gonna have sex with you. No, I'm gonna choose. Even if I just met you, like, you can be like, oh, but I want you though, so come on. And like, dudes could not handle this shit. Like, men like to say that they can handle stuff, and we just had this conversation.
They can't.
They really can't handle a woman that's very assertive and be like, yep, come on, you.
They cannot.
Yeah, they really can't. But anyway.
Don't call nobody over no bullshit.
Facts. So let's circle back to the rotation situation. I was a serial cheater before Eric. I say I cheat on everybody. I was a serial baby.
Not your elbow though.
Not my elbow. Not my elbow, girl. Not my elbow. I've been drinking. But I was a serial cheater. And it wasn't because I was trying to be disrespectful. I like the idea of being in a relationship, right? And being in love with somebody, even though I might not have been in love with them. But they didn't do it for me all the way. So I always had a just in case. That's what I call them. Okay. Adjusting on the side, right? And I was always entertaining other people. But I could have just been honest with people, right? Even though it's harder for females to be honest with dudes because dudes don't always receive it well. But there are those that are out there, you just got to find your people, right? But long story short, when me and Eric first got together, I was fresh out of a marriage. When trying to be in a relationship at all. I was just trying to get it in. You hear me? And was. Absolutely was. And so was he. But let me tell you what got me. And this is what opened up my eyes. And made me be like, oh, it's a whole different world out here. You meet somebody that's different from you and that's like mature and owns their sexuality, like, it opens up a whole different can of worms for you. Like, your life will never be the same, y'all. And I'm real talk. I had never had a man who was just like honest with me from the jump. And he was like, listen, I like you, you cool. Like, we can do whatever. But I talked to like 5 girls. Maybe he did, and I had never seen it or heard it in my life. It blew my mind. Do you hear me? Because that's normally the speech I give dudes. Like, that's normally the speech I give dudes. He was like, listen, he was like, I want to be honest with you because I want to give you the option to choose, opt in or opt out.
Right.
To choose which one you want to do. And he was like, if you want to, pursue this further, we not in a relationship. I'm not in a relationship with none of them. They not my girlfriends. But, I do see other people. We go on dates and we have sex. You know how refreshing that shit was? I had never seen or heard that in my life. Where a dude will come and talk to you and tell you this up front. I never experienced it. Where he volunteered, like, volunteered it. Like, I didn't ask no questions. I wasn't suspicious. Like, it wasn't. And he just said it. He was like, listen, I just want you to know, like, not everybody can, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody is cool, but I want to give you the option. I don't want you to be upset later. I don't want you to feel like I'm disrespecting you.
I appreciate that so much.
Babe, when I told you that was the biggest turn on, it made me want to do it even more. Because I was like, what you just said?
Because I don't, because in real life, I don't care about them. I mean, whatever. I
you
don't care
said.
what you don't do. I don't care what's going on when you're not around me. I don't as long as I get the respect that I
Right.
deserve when you're around me and that things don't change for me. That's why I was never like with with my boyfriend, like the whole thing with that. I was never the what was, because I didn't lack.
Correct.
I think that's what really made me more accepting of it, because he had two of us, but I didn't lack.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You ain't said nothing but a word, because when he told me this,
I didn't lack time.
what?
I ain't lack money. I didn't lack anything.
100%.
But what we're not going to do is play with somebody else.
You're not gonna do it, and I respect the hell out of it, because it was the same way. Toya, when I tell you, I was the same way. When I was with him, I felt like I was the only person that he was with. He was never on his phone. He was never texting. He was never answering phone calls when he was with me. And I made a point to be at his house all the damn time, because I'm trying to figure out how they get their time in. Because I got mine in, you hear me? I'm trying to figure out. And I'm that type of bitch. Like, I'm the type of female that's like, don't tell me no shit like that, because now I'm competitive. I used to hoop. Like, I played her competitive sports. Bitch, listen, now I'm competitive. Now I'm competitive, because it's going to be like, oh, you think you got some other bitches. Let's see how they get in. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm finna be competitive. Now it's the thing. Now it's the game for me. Now it's like, oh, okay, bet, game on. Thank you for that. Game on. Game on. But at first I was like, I don't care. I'm like, it's refreshing as shit. Thank you for giving me the option. Thank you for letting me choose.
I don't care.
But I was like, I really don't care, because I'm doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got some other dudes that I mess with. Like, I'm not looking for a relationship.
Now, so in this, when that was initially.
That was initially.
At some point when you start liking him for real. So how does that conversation change?
So a couple months. It was only a couple months, because I fell for him so quick, and it's so not like me. But he was so different from what I'm used to. He was so different. He treated me so well and with such respect, even though I knew he was messing with that never played a factor. Because like you said, I wasn't lacking on shit. Like, I didn't need for anything. And so when feelings started to arise, I told him. I was just like, like, and that's just how I am. Like I said, I'm competitive. And I was like, well, just so you know, like, I like you for real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm gonna make you drop them bitches. I told him. And he was like, yeah, okay. I'm like, shit, okay. Game on, sir. Game on. And I did. We 19 years in. But like, I told him, well, first I fought it, because I didn't want to be in a relationship. So I fought it, because I wasn't even divorced legally yet, but I had been separated. Like, I was going through. I didn't want to jump straight into another relationship, because why? I just got my freedom back. So I fought it, and I fought it hard. And he told me later he knew I was fighting it. Like, his mama was like, oh, that girl in love with you. And I was like, no. I didn't want nobody to know. Like, I fought it hard. And so, but I respected the fact that he had his rotation. And I respected the fact that he had shit going and popping with these people before I even came into the situation.
So he could keep rotation?
Oh, he had his rotation. You talking about after we like decided? Well, see, now I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm a jealous person. Now I ain't gonna say I'm jealous. I'm stingy. There's a difference, because I'm really not jealous. I'm just stingy.
Okay.
So like, he had his rotation for months, like for a long time. We got together in August. Like, we started popping off in August. I started catching feelings for him in like November.
Okay.
Right? I still had like one or two dudes I messed with, and I knew he still had his rotation, right? I never told him to stop or drop his rotation at any point. Like, never in life did I ever say, hey, you have to stop messing with them people. I wanted it to be his choice, where he was like, you know what? I choose you, because to me, that's better, right? And he was the type of person, and he'll tell you, he didn't have a rotation for the sake of having a rotation, for the sake of like, he wanted to be poly and he wanted to do a whole bunch of people. His theory behind a rotation, and I love this, y'all gonna learn something today, okay? I try to teach it to my son, but he is a serial monogamer. I don't know where he gets that from, because it ain't me. So we tried to teach him this theory. So he says, and he's an engineer, so this will make sense why his brain works this way. He's very matter of fact. It would take me a longer period of time and more effort to date people individually to figure out it ain't gonna work, and then start over again.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
To start over again. So his thing was, I will talk to people, and everybody wasn't in his rotation. He talked to people, weed them out, and if they would get upgraded to the rotation, right? So I might talk to 10 people, but only 4 people are in the rotation.
That makes sense.
Where I'm giving them most of my time and I'm having sex with these people.
Like right now, I'm talking to several guys.
Right.
Now, am I intimate with any of them?
Right.
No.
Correct.
Now, and I want to upgrade them.
Right.
You want to know why they can't get upgraded?
Why they can't?
Because they text me, "Good morning, how you doing? What you doing? Good night."
Oh,
that's it. And it's
else.
like, I really would love to upgrade you to fuck you consistently, but you're not. This I need.
You need something else.
And I end up asking, "Why this is not enough?"
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So it's like,
step your game
so
up.
my main the person who I have, one of my people.
Mm-hmm.
I got more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of my people is actually in a relationship.
Okay.
And they have a relationship where she knows that I exist.
Okay.
She just doesn't know. She doesn't know that it's me.
She knows that you exist, but she doesn't know who the person is.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they have this thing where they're allowed to have outside people.
They don't want to know details.
They know that, okay, I'm going to meet my person. You're going to meet your person.
Right.
Who that specific person is,
we don't know.
Okay. So in long as she okay with that,
right,
I'm okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it doesn't configure. Now, my favorite person don't live here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite person.
I see, because you got a real big grin on your face. That's okay.
He doesn't live here anymore.
We take trips.
Yes, and we're actually planning one.
Mm-hmm.
We're planning one. He talked.
Went
on with him. Okay. My favorite.
I see. If you watching this, you know who you are, and clearly you are her favorite.
He was introduced. Now, cause
this would be some tea.
A little bit of my business.
Tell me, girl.
He was introduced to me. Now, I ain't gonna tell y'all because I don't want them people to know I still talk to that man. I don't want people to know I still talk to him. But he was introduced to me through a mutual acquaintance.
I got you.
Yeah.
So by that, I figured as you was talking to somebody else and they introduced you to this person. You were messing with somebody?
Yeah, what had happened?
Tell me, girl.
Y'all don't know who.
This is a safe space.
Like, he don't.
We won't know unless they comment. So don't talk. Don't tell on yourself.
He's not that type person.
Mm-hmm. Don't tell on yourself.
He's a really great guy.
Okay.
And that's the thing. He's outside of their experience. He's handsome.
Mm-hmm.
He's handsome. He's really nice. He's smart.
Mm-hmm. That's always nice. And the thing is thing. That's always
and he's
nice.
Like, he's really cool. He's fun to be around, stuff like that. He doesn't live here. But he was introduced to me through my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend.
You need something stronger. You may pop up with that Alchemist for you. He was introduced to you by your ex-boyfriend's girlfriend.
Now, I don't think they're together no more. But at the time,
let me open this.
At the time, yeah, that's how I met him.
I want to know about the boyfriend and the girlfriend.
That's how I met him.
I mean, inquiring minds want to know.
That's how I met him. He's like, she introduced us, and she didn't realize that she was introducing us. She knew she was introducing us,
but she didn't know.
She didn't realize that it would be I would double back.
Understood.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about this, I want to know about the boyfriend and the girlfriend. So is that one of these threesomes that you were the unicorn situation, or this is just where y'all had open discussion where it was like, yeah, you can have somebody else?
Yeah, what had happened?
Okay,
so I had a boyfriend, and then me and the boyfriend broke up.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the boyfriend broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you break up? Is it me?
Right.
Something I did? Well, of course,
right.
I didn't know anything was wrong. It's like, no, it's not you.
Right.
It's not you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anything you did. It's me.
Right.
and I would rather you go on and find someone who's fitted for you. And I was like,
I got
I
you.
respect that.
Right.
Long story short, because I asked him, I said, did you find somebody? He's like, no, I don't find anybody else. He did find somebody else. That's what had happened.
Okay.
Well, in our relationship, one of the things that he always wanted to have was a threesome.
Okay.
I was not the woman I am today.
Gotcha.
Back then.
Mm-hmm.
It was a conversation piece, but I wasn't the person I was back then.
Mm-hmm.
So then he gets with this new girlfriend, and I at first start off as, I'm going to say that I was a side piece.
Okay.
Until I said, you know what, I don't want to play the game anymore.
Right.
You can tell her.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to tell her. So I downgraded myself to homegirl.
Gotcha. That's real.
Because he was cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I downgraded myself to homegirl.
That's real.
And I was a homegirl for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. I guess he had the same conversation with her about them wanting to have a threesome.
Gotcha.
Why they have the bright idea to add me? And I was like,
that probably wasn't the smartest idea.
It wasn't the smartest idea. However, in the conversation they happened the night they called me to pitch this idea to me,
Mm-hmm.
I was telling them then, this ain't a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the conversation, she starts to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's asking questions, I asked her, I said, you need to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, he said, no, you can tell her. I said, are you sure?
Famous last word.
Yeah, you can tell her. Because it's you, because whatever. He said, I ain't. So she asked questions. I answered every last question she asked.
As you should.
And so she found out some things that she didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I found out some things that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So when that phone hung up the next day and the chickens came to roost, all hell broke loose in that house.
I'm sure it did.
Because, why you tell her that? Because I asked you.
Right.
You said.
Yeah.
To tell her everything. You know.
Okay, you said.
So.
Yep.
He called the next day. I said, I asked you.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, at this point, he my homeboy.
Right.
You said. So, it's some shit happened back and forth between them. I don't know how they had to argue, no case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And in some kind of way, she decides on his birthday, later on, she wants to gift him this threesome with me, him, and her.
Okay.
I still hadn't decided whether or not I want to do it. It's like, I don't know. Because to me, this don't think it's a good idea.
Right. And that was this your first?
Your elbow.
This your first?
Your elbow.
It wasn't my elbow. It was above the elbow.
So I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. He did something to piss her off. I don't know what it was. And she was like, let's get back at him. He cheated on you with him. He cheated on you with me. He cheated on me with him. Let's get back at him. Let's have one, but not with him.
Oh.
On his birthday.
Oh.
And she picked the person.
Oh. Yes. And hence, this is the person that you said is your favorite now. Oh, now it's coming. Y'all got it? Okay, it's coming. Okay.
Right. So we get there. It happens. It happens. Now, the thing about it is, when we arrive, he has my ass, big mouth ass, the talking and asking questions. He has no idea. That's why we there. He know we there for that. He doesn't know it's a plot, a get back plot.
Okay.
He said, hey, no, it was a get back plot. He wouldn't have been a part of it. That's how niggas get killed.
Well, true story. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. That's true. He ain't lying. But he didn't get killed, so all is well.
It is well. Yeah.
All is well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because she had a change of heart in the middle of the process. Man, we're here now. We're here now. There's no changing. There's no changing. Yes, she wanted to get back at him. She revenge. We took a picture, posted on social media so he could see it. In the middle of the process, she changes. She decides that this is not what she wants to do anymore. Well, she decides that, she's like, well, she has a change of heart. She wants to call him and talk to him on the phone. We all sitting there. Yes, she calls him in the middle of it. And it's like, she want me to be quiet. What the hell, like, the fuck? No, man, we're not going to be quiet. We made so much noise, she had to leave the room.
Wait a minute. Okay. For those of you who have not had a threesome, this is not how this works.
It's not how it works.
Allegedly, because I wouldn't know.
It's not how it works.
know.
Not call another person no, because we're busy. We're busy.
That's crazy work.
So she leave. We make so much noise. She had to leave.
I'm sure she did.
She come back and she see me and him by ourselves. She's like, "Oh no, I fucked up." You did.
This is why it is important. This is a PSA for threesomes. This is why it is important to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, that everybody is agreeing to the situation and is in the same boat, and that you have safe words and that you have boundaries and rules in place. Now, true enough, everything doesn't always go to plan, so I hear.
Don't leave me. What you don't do is leave me in a room alone.
I don't think that you leave anybody in a room alone when it comes to having a threesome.
Yeah.
Because that's not the point. If you just wanted it to be two people, then that's what you would have done.
So she gets back and she sits by herself. You see her
now she's feeling some kind of way.
You feel so. At that point, so the rest of the evening, she's trying to cock block.
Of course. Oh, she wanted them.
She wanted okay. She trying to make sure that me and him don't communicate no more.
Got you.
After this.
Got you. So this goes back to your point where you said earlier to make sure that you're doing something for you. She was trying to be spiteful, but couldn't really go through the situation because it's not something that she necessarily wanted. She just was doing it because she knew somebody else wanted it, and it was gonna hurt him.
No, I think also too, it was a matter of she wanted a reaction out of him.
Correct.
And he didn't give her that reaction. Mm-hmm. So she calling him to try to get a reaction.
And so that's crazy work because, again, she couldn't have actually wanted it because why is you calling? Like, do that after the fact. Like, you can do that afterwards. If that's what you want to do that afterwards. After the situation. Don't do that shit during it. There's rules to these things.
Yep.
There's rules to these things. There's a whole episode about rules about threesomes.
Yep.
But
I want to come back for that episode. When is that one? Because I want to talk about what, because the ones I ain't had a, so.
They ain't gone well for you.
At first.
Bless it. So what I have learned and what I have been told, allegedly, what I have been told and experienced from people is that
coming back for that episode.
Come on back for the episode, baby. Three's Company. That's what we're going to call it. Come on, shit. I'm here. Come on tomorrow. I'm here. I'm here during the day. Babe, I done my work for the week. Look, I'm here for the day. Come on, babe.
Put my face on. So y'all be like, what is this lady looking like she got a do-rag on? It's not a do-rag. But I was just like, I don't want to wear makeup today. And I decided not to. But next time I'll be pretty. So if there's somebody to watch this that wants to add themselves to the number, but she tagged with information.
Do you, honey? Come on through. But okay, yeah, that's just we gonna do that for real. It's gonna be called Three's Company. We'll talk about the rules, the ins and outs.
Yeah.
Of Three's.
Yeah, he's my he's my fave. He's my fave. Now there are others that others don't feel bad. Don't be in your feelings.
Well, Glow said it. Glow, what she said? That's all.
What she mean, baby? Because they not egg down.
Am I your only now? But you my main one. Like, calm down.
Don't pull back your support now. Because I said I'm unemployed, so I still need your support. Don't be pulling back your support. You know what support I'm talking about. Because don't be pulling out. Because don't be pulling back your support. Because now you feel like
right. But you said the magic word there, because I think a lot of people misunderstand what dating means. And for me, I'm old school, or that's not old school, or new school, however you want. Okay, she just so bit low show. But I got distracted. What was I saying? Okay, so dating to me means that you are open to multiple people because you go on multiple dates. Like, sometimes people take dating and they be like, oh, I'll just date one person, but that's a relationship. Dating to me is that you're going out on dates and you're communicating with multiple people, and there's nothing wrong with that. We have to normalize that, people. Make sure that we normalizing that. While we normalizing sex goals in 20, we live in 25, make sure that we normalizing what dating actually means and not getting an attitude because you see a person that you went on a date with out on a date with somebody else when you go into the restaurant. That's okay. Yeah. Because we dating. That's what dating means.
Now, when I'm with somebody, then
But here's the thing, though, LaToya. But here's the thing. I have noticed, whatever, but I have noticed from social media is that it's not that bad. Right? Girl, pour some. I need to get you a cup. Because what I'm saying is, I have noticed that on social media, you might think you in a relationship and the other person don't know that they in a relationship with you. It's not bad because y'all haven't had that conversation. You assume that you in a relationship with you because you feel some kind of way. So, as we speak on sex goals, once you experience that, did it make you want to experience other things?
I don't know. I know I like that. I know I like doing that. I don't.
So did it set you up? Like, did it set you up for? Well, obviously, because obviously you had threesomes with other people outside of.
I have, and
right.
What I also learned is the same person I am, the person that I am in a me and a one-on-one with a man. This is not the same person I am in the third.
Oh, baby, let's talk on it. Look, let's speak on it.
I'm not.
So I have heard.
He's gonna kill us. Look, he's waiting on me. He's gonna kill us.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
We finna finish.
Okay.
So I have heard that happens. Like, once you have a catalyst, right? And once you have an experience that's outside your norm, that's something that you don't normally do, and once you take ownership, ladies, let this be a lesson to you. I'm trying to tell y'all this, and I tell y'all this in every freaking episode that I record. Take ownership of your own sexual experience. Men too, like, y'all normally do it anyway, but this is really for my girls. Like, take ownership of your sexual experience. It don't have to be the same sexual experience that Toya had. It don't have to be Leah's sexual experience. It's all about figuring out what you like, what you think you may like, trying it, ruling it out, or putting it in. Because what happens is you get that taste of freedom. You get that little bitty taste of, oh, like, what else is out there that I like that I didn't know anything about? Right. Which causes you to explore, which causes you to research, right? And we back on the sex goals because, like I said, you do this for a job, right? You go to school, you go to a 4-year fucking university to figure out what it is that you want to do when it comes to job relationship, like jobs, right? You put in all the work to try to figure out how you can be a better wife, or how you can be a better girlfriend, or how you can be wifey material, as we like to say in nowadays. So why you don't put that work in on how you can figure out how you can better experience your own sexual experience?
You don't think about it like that.
Well, this is what this is for.
It's so secondary. It is so secondary.
Which is sad.
Yeah. But
it shouldn't be.
But I can say, I don't know about goals, but I do definitely have things that now, once I enter another relationship, there are things that have to happen with that. Like, you have to be okay with certain things. Like, we're going to be in a serious relationship, but if you're not okay with this, it ain't going to work.
Absolutely. Like, and again, sexual transparency and being emotional.
You're not going to be able to be cool with this, then I'm not even going to waste my time with you, sir.
Correct.
Yeah, I need somebody on the same page as me.
And it is still sex goals. That's still even a sex goal, because sex goals doesn't necessarily have to do with the actual physical. LaToya is gonna come back.
Oh, is
she gonna come back?
I'm even be cute.
You still cute.
I'm gonna put the face on her. I don't know her yet.
Okay, she gonna do the whole damn thing for us. Toya is going to come back because I don't want to interrupt her appointment that she has this evening.
Text me one more motherfucking time.
Baby, get to it, okay? But we were talking about sex goals, right? We live in 25. The idea behind setting sex goals is to make you really think about your sexual journey. Not only think about it, but to actually take ownership of your own experiences. Just like you set goals for your career, health, finances, and romantic relationships, set goals for sex. Figure out what you like. Foster a safe atmosphere for open communication and honesty. Don't let fear of the unknown or the possibility of rejection and judgment control your sexual experience. Like Ply said, stop letting motherfuckers treat you like you regular. And you yourself can be the motherfucking treating you regular. Okay? It's time to rejuvenate, refocus, and revive your sexual desires. Cause we live in 25. So you're crazy. But with all jokes aside, y'all, the whole point of this podcast and most of my podcasts are talking about sex. It's specifically talking to my women. It's to let y'all know that it is okay to take ownership of your own sexual experience, to write your own novel about how you experienced, how you think, and how you feel about sex. It is so taboo for women to talk about it, and we are so preoccupied of how it's going to make us look or how other people are going to judge us on it. When in actuality, when you take responsibility and take ownership over your own sexuality, it's a new type of freedom. Right? It's a new type of release. It doesn't make you a hoe. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't mean, like LaToya said earlier, it doesn't mean that you aren't the dynamic diva ass boss ass bitch that you are in your 9 to 5. That takes nothing away from it. All this is saying, hey, we are well-rounded grown ass women that know that we enjoy sex and we know how to own our own sexual experiences. So all I'm saying is, ladies and fellas, when we're out here setting goals for our life, make sure that you set sexual goals for your life. Because like Toya said, you be a better damn person when you done bust one. I'm ad-libbing. She says something like that, but I'm just saying. Right? Any last words, Toya?
Be awesome on purpose.
And that's it. Point blank.
Have a great day.
And
until next time.
Yes, because Toya's coming back.
I'm coming back.
I'm going to make her come back. All right. So.
No elbows.
You going to get off my elbow. But for real, y'all, enjoy your sexual experiences. Don't be shamed. Don't be scared to explore. You like it or you don't. At least you can say you tried it. All right. And I'll see y'all next time. Oh, before we cut off, because before she gets to her appointment, we have to do Sex.Love.Whiskey the game. I always ask my witness, my people to come in a question from the deck. I got to go get it though. So y'all stay tuned. Be sure to look out on social media for Sex.Love.Whiskey the game with LaToya. Make sure to go follow, like, subscribe Sex.Love.Whiskey on YouTube, sexlovewhiskey.com. And be sure to follow my girl LaToya Tennille on all social media. We will make sure that we put her stuff up as well because she's fun as hell. And obviously y'all can tell that from this YouTube. All right. So once again, we live in 25, y'all. Sex goals. All right. And I'll see y'all next time on Sex, Love, and Whiskey.